Good morning. It's Nancy, health and lifestyle coach and founder of Peaks and Poses Trail Yoga and Outdoor Adventure. How are you today? I hope you're having an amazing day already whenever you decide to turn on this video. But yeah, it's Monday, so happy Monday. And we're going to get started with a little bit of a flow this morning. Haven't quite moved my own body yet, so going to come move with me. We're going to start in child's pose, Balasana. And we're just going to have a nice morning stretch. So we're going to bring our big toes to touch. Knees spread wide. Bring your hips, your bum back toward your heels. And just start to walk your torso forward, your head forward, your arms, and see if you can bring your forehead down to the earth and let it rest there, feeling the support of our earth. And then just kind of check in with your shoulders. Sometimes I like to bring my arms alongside my legs because my shoulders can be a little tweaky. I bend my elbows and see if you can settle here into your physical body. And then start to activate your breath and drawing your attention towards your easy inhale and your exhale. Taking a nice long deep breath in and open your mouth and let it out. Again, inhale and exhale. And while you're setting the tone of your breath through your practice, see if you want to move your hips a little bit side to side. Right, we don't always have to stay stagnant in our pose. Let's walk our fingertips towards the front of our mat. Well, let's take them all the way over to the left. And find that right hip, settle it down towards the earth and get a nice stretch through your side body. Nice big breath in. And a breath out. And let's cruise our fingertips through the center. And we'll take them all the way over to the right. Find that left hip, settle it down. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. And let's come back to center. Now, when you inhale, come through that arch. So it's like a sort of a funky cow. And then exhale as you tuck your toes, lift your hips. Let's just stretch out our body here in downward dog. Just sort of become aware of your palms, your feet. Sort of laying out the physical representation of the body. And then inhale, let's lift our heels, stretch out the soles of our feet. And as you exhale, lower them down a little bit. Now inhale, lift the heels. As you exhale, bend those knees. Slowly bring them down to a hover. And then we'll bring the knees down to the earth. Release your toes and find yourself back in child's pose. Now walking your fingertips towards the front of your mat. Come onto your finger pads, so lift your palms. And then on an inhale, push your fingertips away from your body, send your hips back. And then as you exhale, draw the fingertips in towards your heart. And then do that a few times, just maybe noticing some space in your rib cage, through your arms. And we're here to breathe. Now on your next inhale, again, come through that arching of the spine. Tuck your toes. As you exhale, find your downward dog. Deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it out. Deep breath in. Open open your mouth and let it out. On your next inhale, lift your heels. As you exhale, bend your knees. Slowly bring them down to a hover. And then we'll bring the knees down. Release your toes again. And find your child's pose. One breath in. One breath out. Now we'll come back on up into sort of a funky tabletop. And we're just going to take some hip circles. So on an inhale, swing your hips to one side. Start to breathe your body forward. And then as you exhale, come around the other side to finish off that circle. So move with your own breath. Just trying to warm up your hips. It's a very large joint in your body. Probably the largest one. Just bring some movement there. Bring some movement into your shoulders, your arms, your wrists. And then we'll take it in the other direction. So in this kapha time of our day, from 6 to 10, our energy is starting to awaken and rise up. Right, so we can take our yoga practice and reflect that as well. One more to this side. And then we'll settle back down. And then from here, we will come up into a tabletop. So let's align our palms shoulder distance apart. Spread your fingers wide. Allow your wrists to settle underneath your shoulders. Knees underneath your hips. And your hips are about hip distance apart. I'm going to tuck my toes and just shift my weight a little bit forward and back. Just to, again, bring some energy or just awaken the soles of your feet. And then we'll come back into our tabletop, draw belly to spine. You want a nice flat back. So imagine putting a tray on top of your back and just steadying and serving your favorite beverage. And then let's release the toes, tap the tops of your feet out a little bit. Awaken them. And then we'll quiet down the feet and shift the hips a little bit again, side to side. And then we'll come back to center. We'll take that left foot back. Keep the toes connected to the earth and really draw that left heel back. And then just lift your right knee. So we're just sort of strengthening the core here, awakening it. And then we'll lower the knee down. Lift your back leg and breathe your right arm up. Again, we can focus in on the core, drawing that belly up towards the spine here. Balancing. Chin is tucked, so you got a nice long line of energy through your spine and your neck. And then let's bend that back knee. Take your right arm behind you. Thumb can be down. And then just give that leg a little pulse. Yeah, just sort of awakening the leg, the muscles, the joints. And then we're going to lay that leg long again, reaching the right arm out in front of you. Point that left toe. And then we'll bring palm down, knee down. Shift your hips a little bit again, side to side. And then we'll come back to center. We'll take the right foot behind you. Again, toe stays connected. As you pull that right heel back from the back of your right knee, reaching up, engaging the leg, engage your core. So draw the belly to your spine. Breathing in, breathing out. And we'll give that back leg a lift. And we'll breathe the left arm out in front of you. Stay at shoulder height. You press the palms down, fingers spread wide. Steady here with your breath. And then bend that back knee. Take the left arm behind you. Again, thumb pointing down. And then give that right leg a few little lifts. And then we'll quiet that leg down. Flex that back leg so it lengthens. Bring left arm to the front. And then point your right toe. Give the top of your foot a little stretch. And then we'll come back down into tabletop. Now let's tuck our toes, lift your hips, and we'll find downward dog once again. And then take your dog for a walk. So bend one knee, lengthen out the opposite leg. You want to move the hips around a little bit. Feel free. This is your practice. Right? When we roll out our mat, it's really just an opportunity to explore and discover, just kind of get, more familiar with your body. We try to breathe and keep our mind focused on our breath so that our mind isn't sort of flitting and fluttering and all these other thoughts. It's just here with yourself. Let's settle those heels down. And now let's bend your knees. Now walk your hands to your feet. So you're at the back edge of your mat. Make sure your feet are hip distance. Bend your knees. Grab opposite hand to opposite elbow. And just allow the weight of your head to reach down towards the earth. Find your inner thighs spiraling inward. Because sometimes the knees and the inner thighs go out. You want to bring them inward here to help spread your lower back. And then if your feet feel anchored into the earth, start to sway your body from side to side. I hope your feet are anchored down. Maybe you need to pay attention to the four corners of the earth. The four corners of your feet that will ground you down into the earth, right? So bring your mind's attention to those places to root you down. You want to start your day rooted down on the earth. That's why yoga is such a wonderful morning practice. And then release our hands. Start to walk your hands up your legs and find your hips. And then with a flat back, draw your belly in. Breathe yourself on up. Release your arms down. Then inhale a sun drive. Sweep it up. Look up. Exhale, swan dive as you hinge at your hips. Bring your palms to your shins. Inhale, bring length. Exhale, bow. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, draw belly to spine. And slowly roll yourself on up. Inhale a sun drive. Sweep the arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, bring your palms to your heart center. Inhale a sun breath. Sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive down. Now we're going to start to walk our hands to the front of our mat. We're in our downward dog. Back again. Right? Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees to a hover. Look forward and take some baby steps to bring your feet to your hands. Palms to shins. Inhale, we lengthen, right? Flat back. Exhale, bow over your strong legs. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, draw belly to spine. And slowly roll yourself on. Inhale, a sun breath. Sweep it up. Now exhale, just bring your arms down by your side. Inhale again, a sun breath. Sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them down by your sides. We're just opening up the shoulders. Inhale, a sun breath. Sweep it up. Exhale, arms down by your side. Inhale, a sun breath. Sweep it up. Now as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Swan dive down. Palms to shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Bring palms to the earth. Let's step back with your right foot. And then your left foot. We're in a plank pose here. And let's come down onto your left knee. And then you're going to pivot on that knee. So you're going to turn your body to the right side of your mat. You might have to readjust yourself a little bit. You're going to come into a modified side plank. I move my left palm in. I want to make sure my left knee is underneath my left hip. And then I reach it's really about opening up the chest. And this right arm just comes along for the ride. Now you can lift that right leg if you'd like. Whoops. You can bend that knee if you'd like and reach behind. Make this your side plank. You can lift the corners of your mouth. Love it. Balancing and breathing. One more inhale here. Exhale. Now let's release that leg. And then let's bring ourselves back down into a tabletop. And from here, take a couple of cow-cat stretches. Inhale to arch the spine, and then exhale to round. Moving at your own pace. Again, especially if you're practicing in the morning, we're just awakening the spine. Nice and slow. One more complete cycle. Then we'll end up in our tabletop. Now we're going to stay on our right knee, but we are going to pivot again. You'll turn the opposite way, and then we're going to take that left foot out, readjust your right hand, and then again, just think about opening the chest. And either stay here, or maybe lifting that left leg. And you can bend that knee, reach behind. Still give that leg a little lift. You can shift the gaze over your left shoulder. Take a breath in. Breath out. And then we're going to release everything down. Coming back into a tabletop, and then bring the big toes to touch, knees spread wide, and we'll bring ourselves back into Balasana for child's pose. Knowing this pose is always here for us to rest and restore. So we started in this practice, and sometimes I just like to revisit child's pose and just sort of noticing some openings, noticing some greater ease in the body. Take one more breath here. Exhale. Now we inhale through sort of a funky cow, and then exhale, we're going to tuck the toes, and we will find ourselves in downward dog. On your inhale, breathe your left leg high, and as you exhale, just start to open up that hip. Right heel comes a little bit lower to your earth. Bend that left knee. Rotate your left ankle in one direction. And then the other. And then inhale, breathe that leg high and long. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Inhale, breathe that leg high. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, breathe your left leg high. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, breathe that leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. And I'm going to step that foot forward. And we're just going to stay on the ball of your back foot. Frame your front foot here. As you reach the right heel back, reach your heart forward. Your gaze shifts forward. Left knee is stacked on top of left ankle. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, just start to lift your hips and bring some length to that left leg. It's early. We're not looking to straighten it. Just bring some length. And then inhale, rebend that knee. And then exhale again. Lift the hips and lengthen out that front leg. Now as you inhale, reach your spine long, and then exhale. can you just fold a little bit deeper over your left thigh? Breathing in and breathing out. Now we're going to rebend the knee. Take your back heel, root it down, and see if you can rise up for warrior one. And then inhale, reach through the side body and the arms. As you exhale, just slowly start to fold over your left thigh, coming into Dekasana arms. Inhale again, we rise up. And exhale, we're going to fold. Now interlace your fingers. We're going to move into a balance. Shift the weight in your left foot. Scoot your back foot up about halfway. And then when you're ready, find that energy lifting you out of that left foot. Breathe your right foot up. Coming into a bound airplane. You can flex that back foot. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Breath in. Breath out. And then let's release. Right foot to meet the left. And reach the arms down. Coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. Inhale the sun breath. Reach the arms up. Exhale. Swan dive down. Let it all go. Palms come to shins. Inhale. Bring some length. Exhale. Bow. We'll take one flow here. Let's step back with the right foot. And then the left. Coming into plank pose. Inhale. Rock forward. Exhale. Bend the knees and the elbows. Come all the way down to the earth. Release your toes, palms under your shoulders, elbows in. Inhale to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale again to a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. As you exhale, push through your arms, come onto your knees, tuck your toes, and lift your hips and find your downward dog. Deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let it out. Deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it out. Deep breath in. Open your mouth and let it out. Now an inhale, breathe your right leg high. As you exhale, just fan open the hip. Then bend that knee. Maybe your left heel touches the earth a little bit closer. Rotating that right ankle around one direction. And then the other. Now inhale, breathe that leg high and long. Exhale, knee comes to nose. Shoulders move over the wrists. Inhale, breathe your leg high and long. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. See if you can touch. Inhale, breathe the leg long. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. See if you can touch. Inhale, breathe your leg high and long. Exhale, knee to nose. And we step that foot forward. We stay on the ball of our left leg. Right knee stacks on top of right ankle. Again, pull that left heel back. Reach with your heart. You're gonna frame your front foot here. Take a breath in. Now as you exhale, slowly lift the hip. Again, we're just think about lengthening the front leg, not straightening, just some length. Inhale again to rebend that knee. And then exhale, lift those hips and lengthen out the front leg. Find your big toe mount of your right foot. See if you can anchor down there. And then as you inhale, bring some length to your torso. And as you exhale, fold over your right thigh. We just want to let the head and neck go as we bring some length through the spine. Back heel is still lifted. Breathe through. One more inhale. Exhale. And then we're going to start to rebend that front knee. And then we'll plant the back heel down And when you're ready, see if you can really root the energy down through your feet, through your strong legs, and breathe yourself on up for warrior one. And making any adjustments you need, right, in your physical body. When you're ready, you'll reach your arms up. And then inhale, lift through your hips, through this side body and arms. And exhale, float over your right thigh. Flow again, inhale. Sweep it all up. And exhale to Dekasana. Now we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to interlace them with the other thumb on top, so it feels a little bit awkward. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Shift the weight forward. Step the back foot up about halfway. Root down. Charge up that right leg and lift the left leg up. Bound airplane. I like to flex my back ankle and stamp the back wall with that left foot. Breath in, breath out, and then left foot to meet the right. And release the arms down. Inhale, the sun breath, sweep it up. Exhale, swan dive down, let that all go. Now we're going to heel to our feet out. And we're going to bring our heels in, our toes out. And we're going to come into a Malasana squat. If this is challenging for you, maybe sit on some pillows or a block. Sometimes you can roll your mat in, so it gives your heels a little bit of a cushion. So bring your palms together. You want your spine to be as upright as it can. So you want to feel your tailbone reaching down, but your heart is lifting. This is not working for you. You can come and sit on your bum. You can come into Baddha Konasana. I'm going to gently take my elbows and gently sort of guide my inner thighs open a little bit. Can you wiggle your toes? Breathing in and breathing out. And then we're going to release. We're going to bring our hands behind us so we can sit ourselves down onto our mat. And bringing your feet hip distance apart, holding onto your hamstrings. Draw your belly in and start to roll yourself down onto your mat. So we're going to come into some bridge rolls and a couple of rounds of bridge. So you should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. Now when I inhale, lift your hips, peel your spine, reach your arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, slowly bring everything back down. Inhale again, lifting up, reaching the arms up and overhead. And exhale, lower everything back down. 2 more just like that. Inhale, just opening up front and back body. Exhale. Inhale again, lifting, reaching, stretching, rooting down. And exhale to lower ourselves back down. I like to warm up my muscles, my joints, my bones, often before I come into a deeper pose. It doesn't always happen, but especially in the morning, it's a nice time to sort of prep your body. So we're going to come into 2 rounds of bridge. So our feet are firmly planted on the earth. On an inhale, lift your hips, peel your spine, shimmy your shoulder blades in towards one another. Interlace your fingers here. And lift your hips. I like to feel my thighs and my knees moving towards the front of my mat. Even if it's just sort of in your mind's eye, but I do feel a little space in my hip flexors. So let's root down with the right foot. We'll get a little fancy. Lift your left leg up. Now bend that knee and take the shin and place it right on top of your right thigh. Flex that ankle and try to guide that left knee out to the side. Lift the hips. They're going to sink down. Get a little hip opener here. Breathing in and breathing out. Now inhale, breathe your left leg high, lift up, and then exhale, lower it down, and then very slowly bring yourself down onto the earth. Heel toe your feet out, bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat, and then just allow your knees to kiss one another. Just open up your arms. Take a moment, rest here. Give your body some time to sort of process poses. And then we'll open up the knees, we'll walk our feet back. Right? We'll take another bridge and another hip opener. So on your inhale, again, lift your hips, peel your spine. And then slowly shimmy your shoulder blades underneath you. You feel the tops of your arms rooting down, the back of your head, parts of your shoulders, your feet. And then root that left foot down, reach the right leg up. And then we're going to bend that knee and we're going to place that shin right on top of the left thigh. Lift those hips. Are you still smiling? Nice deep breath in. Exhale. It's just wonderful to spend any time with yourself. Spending time in your mind, or maybe getting out of your mind, but really into your body and connecting, right? Your thoughts and your mind focused here on your physical body or your emotional body. We got to keep making those connections. So many ways today to be disconnected. All right, let's give that right leg a kick up or a lift, and then we'll lower it down and slowly start to bring yourself back down. This time we'll take the soles of our feet together, knees open wide, and we'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring your arms out to a T. You could bring them up overhead if you want. Just bend those elbows. You bring your forefingers and thumbs to touch. And just connect with the parts of your body that are touching the earth. Feel that support. So we've moved a little bit through our yoga practice, sort of the air element. Now we're grounding down here, the earth element. Some of the movement creates a little fire in our body, the fire element, especially those sun salutations. Just take a moment to connect to all that. We are all comprised of the 5 elements of the earth. Earth, air, space, water, fire. Let's bring our arms down if they're lifted. Take your hands to draw your knees in towards one another. Then draw your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around yourself. And if you haven't hugged yourself this morning, give yourself a nice big hug. And then maybe make some circles along your lower back. And then just moving in the other direction. And then come back to center. Lay your right leg long. I love Apanasana. Take your left knee in towards your chest. Flexing the ankles. Really draw that right leg down towards the earth. You could just sort of lay this leg here really passively, or you can keep it a little bit more active by engaging flexion of the ankle and action of the muscles As we draw that left knee in, we massage our belly, but we also lengthen out the back of our leg and through our glutes. And then slowly draw the right knee in. We'll lay the left leg long, and we'll take Apanasana on the opposite side. And then we'll release that. We'll bring our both feet down to the earth, knees bent, open your arms, and take a breath in. Feel some length through your spine. And then as you exhale, let's just bring the knees over to the right. Shift the gaze to the left. We're coming into a lying down spinal twist with both knees bent. You might want to bring a pillow in between your legs or a block. If this pose doesn't work for you, find a spinal twist that does. As you inhale, bring some length through your torso. And on the exhale, we really just release. We let go. It's the practice of letting go. Let those long exhales really soothe your nervous system. Those long breaths activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is what brings calmness and ease into your body, which is so important to help relieve stress, anxiety, and to build your immune system. All right, let's return our head to center. Bring our feet and knees back to center. Take a nice deep breath in again to lengthen. And then as you exhale, we'll take the knees to the left. Shift the gaze to the right. And within this twist, you really want to find your shoulder blades grounding down. Feeling that connection to the earth. Beautiful breath in. And a breath out. And then let's come back to center. You can lay your legs long. Reach your arms up overhead. Point your toes as you inhale. Give yourself a big body stretch. Exhale. And one more inhale. Exhale. And if you choose, you can bring yourself into Shavasana, allowing yourself to rest for a moment or two. If you'd like, you can bend your knees, hold on to your hamstrings, rock and roll yourself forward and back, massaging your spine. And then bring yourself into a comfortable seated pose. Bring your palms together. Tuck your chin, bring your forehead down towards your fingertips. And together we can say Namaste. Let's let the light inside of me continue to shine on the light inside of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you like this practice, definitely give me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, share it with your friends. Check me out on peaksandposes.com. I've got some wonderful events coming up, doing some cooking with some libraries, and I've got a hiking and yoga retreat happening in October at the Notch Hostel up in North Woodstock, New Hampshire. And take a look at my Power Up coaching program, where we practice the 10 habits of Ayurveda to bring ourselves into more balance and ease and rhythm into each and every one of your beautiful days. Have an awesome day. Thanks so much for joining me.